Hello, my name is Krishna, Chivukula. Uh, I graduated from IIT Bombay in 1968, mechanical engineering, and then came to IIT Madras in 1968. In those days it used to be called Madras, now it is Chennai, but it's still called IIT Madras, I think. At IIT Madras I did my MTech in aeronautical engineering, graduated in 1970, and then I went to the US, United States, where I did my MBA from Harvard University. It was a long time ago. After that, I became group president, chief executive officer of a very big company in America in 1984. Had a very successful career, and then in 1990 I started my own companies, the first of which was Shiva Technologies in Syracuse, New York, which is upstate New York, near the border with Canada. This company became very successful. It was in chemistry, advanced chemistry. We had companies in California and New York and France. We were primarily engaged in trace element analysis using very advanced mass spectroscopy techniques. I sold those companies about 8 years ago, but in 1995 I started getting active in India. I came back to India and I started my first company in India, again in the chemistry laboratory industry, which also became very successful. And now that operation has other satellite operations in Brunswick, New Jersey, in USA, and in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. I started again a big manufacturing company called Indo-MIM which utilizes MIM technology, which is an emerging manufacturing technology. This technology is very new even in the United States. I brought it to India in 1998. It's called metal injection molding. It's a combination of powder metallurgy and plastic injection molding. And it is used to produce small metal parts of complex geometries in very high volumes, millions of pieces per month. And this company has again become very successful. And this company has operations in United States, in Stuttgart, Germany, in China, and of course in Bangalore, India. As a graduate of the Indian Institutes of Technology, and of course I have had the benefit of both IIT Bombay as well as IIT Chennai, Madras, I remember several fond moments of my experiences at IIT Madras. I used to be in Kaveri Hostel, and my professors and my close friends, classmates, we used to have so much fun together. And now this company in Bangalore has become very successful. We're going to touch about 1,000 crores this year, and we're projecting investments of another 2,000 crores over the next 3 to 4 years. It's global number one company, number one in the world. I think we have excelled in several different fields, in different ways, and all of which is success. It's not just money. But I think the most important thing and the common thread running through all of us is that we want to give something back to our country that made it all possible, because an IIT education is, I would say, probably the best in the world. I went to Harvard, the business school, which is supposed to be the toughest business school in the whole world. But you know what? IITs were a lot more tough than Harvard. Once I went to IIT, Harvard was a cakewalk for me. To me, my IIT experience was much more challenging than my experience at Harvard Business School. It's amazing that I can say that. It's just that IITs are not ranked very high in as educational institutions, primarily because they are not research oriented, but they are teaching oriented. And I believe that teaching is much more important in India than research. We can always borrow research. It's not a big deal. You have publications, no problem. Let America do research, but let us teach our people how to be great engineers and great scientists so that they can be more effective in the country. Again, I think a lot of us are giving back to our country that made it possible for us to become great. After all, how much money did we pay to attend IITs? Hardly anything. Almost nothing compared to what I paid to go to Harvard, or people pay to go to MIT or Caltech or Stanford, all the great institutions. What did I pay to go to IIT Bombay? If I remember right, I only paid 100 rupees per year. That's it. And for 100 rupees a year, this country gave me, this land gave me a world-class education. World-class. Based on which I succeeded in life. And the same applies to IIT Madras, same applies to IIT Kharagpur or Kanpur or any other IIT, IIT Delhi, whatever. This country has given such a great education for us, for paisa, compared to what it would cost in the United States or in Germany or in the UK or anywhere else. So I believe it is our duty to give something back to our country so that it is possible for poor people like we used to be to have the same opportunities that we had when we were kids, when we were 17 years old, and when we walked into IITs, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And we came out thinking we were big heroes, which we did become heroes. So one of the things that I really strongly believe in is corporate social responsibility. This is very near and dear to my heart. And we have been practicing, I'm glad to say, we've been practicing corporate social responsibility in India even before the concept of corporate social responsibility existed. And corporate social responsibility was mandated and dictated by the government of India. We started doing this even before that. I'm glad to let you know that we support almost 2,200 children in Bangalore, midday meal programs sponsored by my companies. We also support an orphanage in Chamarajanagar near Mysore. These are very poor children. These are children of unfortunate orphans, children who are children of rape victims, so on and so forth. And these children belong to all communities, whether they're Hindus or Muslims or whatever, Christians. We don't discriminate, obviously. And it's just such a pleasure to see them eat, have good clean water, have books to study, have hostels, nice hostels to stay in, and their health is taken care of by us. We also donate a lot of money to Baptist Hospital in Bangalore. I'm a Hindu, but Baptist Hospital does a great job in terms of taking care of poor people. We give them lakhs and lakhs every month. About 3 years back, I donated $1.2 million. In those days, I think it was about 5 crores. We built a huge building for them, and a state-of-the-art laboratories, state-of-the-art operating theaters, just as in America. What you find in America, you'll find it right here in Bangalore. And we also support Asha Foundation, which helps victims of HIV and AIDS, which is a big scourge in India, especially among uneducated and poor people, which it should not be. HIV, I found out, is something that can be treated very easily. It's like a common cold almost. That's what I'm told. But unfortunately, a lot of people are dying because of this, because of the stigma, social stigma, whatever. Okay. So we support that. And recently, IIT Madras has come up with a brilliant project, which I was very, very impressed, by the way. I mean, hats off to the young graduate at IIT Madras, Chennai. I was very proud when I heard about the project. And the project is very simple in concept. Basically, they wanted to design a satellite, and with the help of ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, which promised that they would launch the satellite for free. And I guess the launch will be sometime in the year 2016, so we have another maybe 1 year, 1.5 years to go. And this satellite will try to predict earthquakes anywhere in the world. Fantastic, isn't it? I mean, absolutely fantastic. And the Dawn satellite is only one foot cubed. That's it. And it's going to be designed by students and professors at IIT Chennai, IIT Madras. Isn't that great? I mean, I love it. I guess the theory behind it is that 48 hours or so before an earthquake, there are magnetic waves that come down from the earth, and when they reach the surface of the earth, they become electromagnetic and they are transmitted into space. And when these waves go into space, they go to the Van Allen radiation belt. And this is the same belt that produces the aurora borealis in the northern hemisphere. Right? It's the same radiation belt. And this radiation goes there and then resonates in the Van Allen radiation belt, and the amplitudes get magnified, obviously. And then if you can pick up this signal and analyze it properly, and this analysis is far beyond my technical capabilities, but these young men and women can do it very nicely, even the professors at IIT Madras. And once you analyze it, then you can say, you can go to, let's say, New Delhi or San Francisco or whatever, and you can say, hey guys, there is a 80% chance that there will be an earthquake of 4 Richter or 5 Richter or 3 Richter within 200 kilometers of your city in the next 48 hours. Imagine how many lives you can save, how much property you can save. Once you give the warning, it's up to the city administration, of course, to kind of evacuate people, pull them out into the streets for 48 hours, whatever. But we can save so many lives because of that. And I'm very proud that IIT Chennai is doing it. And the ideas came from young people who are probably still have not graduated with their BTech honors degrees from IIT Chennai. I mean, it gives you goosebumps when you think about this. And all they needed was 2 crores or so, 1.5 crores, 2 crores. So we decided we'll fund the project, no problem. So these are the kind of things, as IIT graduates, we have to give something back to our country, whether it gives something back to our institutions or give something back to poor people in India, so that they can go to IITs and become like me or you, like us. This is what we need in India, so that we can encourage, we can support, and we can be shining examples, literally, for the younger generation of India. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.